Hey everybody, welcome back to here. I'm Trevor, and this is my channel. So, let's get into this video. I was reading an article on, not an article, I was reading a blog post off of a blog site called therockysafari.com. I'll link the article in the description box down below, because it was well worth the read. I think that it works especially well for INFJs because, well, for one, the dude that wrote this was an INFJ. But on top of that, the way the functions stack up makes the study plan one of the best ones for the INFJ because it all makes sense. And I feel like as humans, as people, we should constantly be trying to be better and trying to work on ourselves and fix our weaknesses and make us stronger. And to, each day I feel like we should be trying to figure out something new that, or different, like we can do to enhance our life. And this blog post talked about a 5-tip plan, I guess, or 5 tips for the INFJ in particular, but other people can use this too, so this isn't just exclusive to the INFJ. The 5 tips, we'll go through them each one by one, and I'll explain how this impacts the INFJ and why it helps and why I think that it helps. In reality, the reason why I'm making this video is because when I was reading the blog post, it made sense. Like my TI, my logical center was like, oh, this makes sense. In the past 4 or 5 years, I kind of tried to adapt how I learn things or how I behave or how I live my life to different standards or to different ways that other people do that I think might be better suited for me and how I see it could be a great enhancement for me. Whether that be diet, relationships, work, school, whatever, So, as adults, as humans, we should always be trying to better ourselves. That's why I'm making this video. I like to change, and I like to grow. And and if something's not working, I don't want to use it anymore. If someone is not working with me, I'm not going to have them in my life anymore. Because there's no point, if it's going to be anger or not working or just, all that stuff. So, has been a long enough kind of spiel. So tip number 1 is going to be layout. You want to lay out all the stuff you're working on in that time frame. You want to, if you're doing biology, you want to lay out like lectures 2, 3, and 4. And if you're trying to like rewrite your notes or to like fill in your notes in a couple minutes. To make sure you laid out, because it gives us a sense of, oh, okay, I just finished this packet and I still have these 2 packets left. It's only been like 45 minutes, so I have to either hurry or I have to finish tomorrow or whatever. And it also gives us a sense of achievement. Again, 1 makes sense because with introverted intuition, we like to see everything, how everything lays out, the basic concepts basically of each individual thing, and then we can kind of dive deeper into the tank and pick up more and more and more information that we can interpret from the basic details, or we can connect to the basic components that we're trying to learn. And this makes sense that we want to lay it out and to keep track of what we're doing. Now, second tip would be to handwrite your notes, to rewrite them after you handwrite them. So what that means is you want to go to class. When you're in class, write your notes. But in reality, you're not going to learn anything. Or you might learn some things, but you're not going to learn a whole lot, because in the hour or however many hours you're in class for, like I know that next semester I have a 2-hour lecture in a row, twice a week. And I have lab afterwards for each of the classes, so I have like, 3 to 4 hours, maybe even almost 5 hours of labs and lectures on some days, and then 3 hours some days. So it's like, it varies obviously. But in that time frame, you're not gonna learn much. You might learn something from the lab, but you're gonna have to take your notes home and work on a lab report. So you learn what happened in the lab, mainly there. You take notes in lab too. So it's not like you're gonna learn much in class or lab or whatever you're in. So it's best to turn off your TI and to just use your NI and SE to write the information down, to listen to the teacher talking, to make sure that you are taking notes. If you miss some, it's okay, because you want to rewrite them after class. The reason why you're writing them after class is because after you've been in class for the past hour and a half, 2 hours, however long the classes. I've had 15-minute classes, I've had hour and a half classes, I've had 2-hour classes, so I've had various amounts of classes. So it all depends on how long the class was, because for me, even with a 15-minute class, I needed a 10-minute break to decompress and to relax, and then I would take a longer break, obviously, before. But now I would want to rewrite my notes, because when you rewrite your notes, you're taking the notes that you made in class, you're kind of compare them to the actual notes. If your teacher provided you a PowerPoint slide online, or if they provide you notes online, you can double check what things you might have missed, or you might have skipped over because she was talking too fast, or they were talking too fast, or you were writing too slow, or whatever. There was a lot of information on one slide and too little time talking, and there's a lot of variations as to how that could have happened. But rewrite your notes, because you were writing so fast, so you didn't have enough time to absorb the information. By rewriting your notes, you're not only taking the time to write them neatly so you can read them, but you're taking the time to put them in a structure that you understand, in a word that you understand. And on top of that, you're trying to make connections as you write your notes. You're trying to connect things to make sense, because with NI, it likes to connect things like a cloud, like to pull in a cloud and pull in something else, and it connects really well. So you want to make sure that you can do that, because in reality, not a lot of people rewrite their notes, and I feel like if you have time to, obviously, because some medical students learn so much that they can't rewrite their notes, So it's a lot of information sometimes. So if you can't, it's not a big deal. But if you can and you're just not, I would suggest doing it, because I think it works really well. And it gives TI time to make sense of it, and time to help make the connections, so that later on, when the NI sees it, it's just like, this makes sense, and this is the answer. And how I know that? Because this connects to that one, It's like a puzzle piece. Or like a chain, almost. So number 3 is to use Evernote, or whatever type of, if you have an app scoring thing that you take notes on a tablet, if you can, you just want to be able to transfer the notes to an online source of Evernote, whatever you want, and you probably want to write them on there as you can. So I'll try it out, but we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know how that goes. So you want to be able to upload them onto a source so you can have them for a while. Not only that, but you want to have them in one place so you're not losing them. And this way, you can write them out in whatever way makes sense to you. You can print them off later on. You can write over stuff. You can add stuff onto it. You can copy and paste stuff into it to make more sense. Like, I know it from microbiology, but microbiology will be an interesting class for this to pan out. So that's why that works, because obviously Evernote is, or anything like Google Docs or whatever, is important because you want to be able to keep notes. You want to have them in one place. You don't want to keep looking for stuff. You don't want to have a million tabs up. You want to have Facebook open, Twitter open, and all that stuff, because you're not getting the work done. That's the sad part, Alright, so number 4 is to run away and hide. Now, what I mean by that is not to actually run away from your home, run away from your family, run away from from your roommate, run away from wherever you're going, right? You want to run away, hide from everyone, because your FE, or especially your NIFE, is really bad for bigger crowds, especially crowds that are stressed out, like a lot of colleges or just places that people learn or people work. It's hard to be in an environment where everyone's so stressed out and everyone is so frustrated, and you just absorb all their feelings, and you're just like, oh crap, I don't like this feeling, and it really distracts you from your work. It limits your TI and your NI abilities to work for that. You want to get away. You want to just get away from everyone. You want to find a spot or 2 or 3 where you can be alone. It's just to rewrite your notes or study or whatever you want to do. Just make sure you have a spot for yourself. And then the 5th one is to use mind maps or instead of outlines. But it makes sense because for me, I guess, again, I thought about doing this a while ago, like last semester actually, this past semester. I thought about doing it for my calculus class, and I thought it would make sense, but I overthought that, and with my TI, and I didn't use it, and it didn't work that way. And I guess I should have tried it out because it might have been more efficient. I don't know. But yeah, by mind map, you want to kind of start in the top left section of your paper and draw out, like, you want to kind of like branch out from the top topic. You want to kind of talk about like the different main topics that we're talked about by the teacher, that were in the book or whatever, or in the lecture, and all the main kind of boxes, and then branching out to where they connect to further down. And it's like a spider web, almost a spider web of information, but it's like brainstorming, but like connecting the brainstorm to make the cloud more sensical to you, or logical to you. So, like this, for example, I have this sheet of paper right here. I wrote out. It's kind of partly outlined, but also I drew out a lot of boxes, and it's not perfect because I'm not in class right now. But this is what it would look like, or hopefully sort of. Yeah, so it's not, I'll take out every step in between to get the right answer. And that's what really sets it apart for INFJs. But that's the end of this video. This could apply to anyone else too, but this particular is why I think it could apply to INFJs. Now, if you like this video, or if you stuck around, tell me how this eye stuff looks. Also, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that stuff, because I'm just gonna make videos occasionally, so if you like these videos and you don't know when I'm going to do it, I don't know when I'm going to do it either. So I might do tomorrow, I might do it this weekend, I might whatever. So if you want to kind of wait for a video, subscribe, try it out. It's really, I don't know, but I have fun with these videos. I think I do. I have fun. So I hope you guys do too. And without further ado, I'm going to go. I will see you guys later. Bye.